African American Heritage Festival. We're going to see what's all to this. If this really about the heritage of the African American or something else. You know what I'm saying? We're going to see what's to this. It's supposed to be about African American heritage, right? But already they creeping in everybody else and say, no room in our hearts for prejudice. So that means all are welcome here because we not prejudiced. And then look at this right here. It went from African American heritage to Race Unity Day. Something to that, man. We gonna ask some of these questions out here and how people feel about it's supposed to be about African American heritage and why we can't just make it about us. Why we always gotta group or incorporate other races. Why this gotta be a moniker? If this is about African Americans, why are we even talking about prejudice? Just saying. God damn.
All right, this is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge under Commander General Yohana. And since 1969, we have been teaching Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans the truth about the Bible, who the devil is, who the saints are, and everything under the sun we have been educating Black people about. Tonight's class is called God Hates Sneaky Links. And pretty much what we're going into is adultery. Now, just to give a little background for those of you who don't know what a sneaky link is, let me go to the Urban Dictionary so I can pull that up. All right, give me 1 second. So a sneaky link is a slang term for secret or romantic or sexual partner. Now, sometimes that's just casual sexual intercourse with, somebody on the sneak tip. Other times, what it's about is somebody, in today's terms, cheating or committing adultery on their marriage. All right. So that's what a sneaky link is, if you didn't already know. And young man Ace, if you can get the verse and hold it for me, please. 2 Samuel 11, and we can start at verse 2. All right. But I want to read something real quick just to clarify, what adultery is before we get into the scripture breakdown. All right. So adultery in Leviticus 20:10. It says, and the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife. So adultery, for those of you who don't know, I know in the ISUBK, we're taught what adultery is, right?
Right.
But adultery, or what modern day would call cheating, is if a man sleeps with another man's wife. It's not if a man goes and has sex with a single woman. It's if a man has sex with a married woman. All right. If a woman that's married has sex with a man, then she is committing adultery. That's what it is. All right. I'm gonna get one more verse. This is Deuteronomy 22 and verse 22, chapter 22 and verse 22. If a man be found lying with a woman married to an husband, then they shall both of them die. The Lord hates adultery so much that the punishment for it is death. So if we were in the Levitical priesthood, of course, if you were caught committing adultery, you will be being put to death. All right. So let me go ahead and get something for y'all. And Ace, you hold that for me real quick. And I'm going to play something for you. And this is going to entail, matter of fact, let's read it real quick and then I'll play the video. All right. We go on to 2 Samuel 11 and verse 3. Matter of fact, start at verse 2, please.
The book of 2 Samuel, chapter 11, verse 2. And it came to pass in an evening tide that David arose from off his bed and walked upon the roof of the king's house.
Right. So he's up high. He's walking around. David just woke up and, he got out the bed and he's walking around. Continue to read.
And from the roof he saw a woman washing herself, and the woman was very beautiful to look upon.
He's intrigued. He's like, who is this sister down here? I need to go about and see what's going on. He's intrigued by it. Verse 3.
And David sent and inquired after the woman. And one said, Is not this Bathsheba, the daughter of Eliam, the wife of Uriah the Hittite?
So when he goes to send for her, the person that he's sending responds and says, Is this not Bathsheba, the daughter of Eliam, the wife of Uriah the Hittite? Right there, the inquiring should have stopped, right? When you in the ISUPK, one of the first things you ask a sister that you are intrigued or inquiring about is you ask, yo, sis, you got a man? That's what you start off with. If sis got a man, oh, Salakia, enjoy your day, or whatever you say, in part ways. But that's not what happened. Verse 4.
Verse 4. And David sent messengers and took her, and she came in unto him, and he lay with her, for she was purified from her uncleanliness, and she returned to her house, unto her house.
So this is something that never should have happened. And this was something that was done in secret. You'll see the verses ahead, right? David is the king. He's the most richest. He is the most popular. He is the most sought after person in the land because he's the king. What woman would not want to be with David? He has a responsibility to uphold the law. He has a responsibility to do the things in the kingdom that a king and a man of God should do. But that's not what happened. He let his lust in the flesh get the best of him in this situation, right? And a lot of times, brothers, they have access or the ability to get whatever girl they want in the world. But for some reason, they see a sister. And now we talking about rappers, actors. We talking about, rich, famous men, especially brothers, that are of our nationality. And the thing is, I'm gonna take your B. That's what brothers are on.
Right.
And what we need to realize and what this scripture breakdown is about is how much the Lord hates this activity. And also, how can we come together as a people if we can't follow something as simple as keeping our members in our pants when it comes to somebody else's wife? And on the sister side, sisters have to have the responsibility to go, look, I got a man. Some rich famous rapper or some rich dude with money comes around. A sister has a responsibility as a God-fearing sister to know the laws not to break. But I want to play something because David had an unfair advantage in this situation, even though the sister should have never, sought, even let the brother take her into his quarters or being sought after. David was rich and famous, and we have a problem with that with rappers today. And I'm gonna play a little bit of this video right here. Let me go ahead and share it, and excuse the language in advance. All right, young man, you had a question?
Allah.
All right, no sweat. All right, so I'm sharing this right now for you.
All that shit, it's all mixed in one. You gotta think, bro. For every nigga, a regular nigga nightmare is a rapper, bro. A popping ass rapper. If a nigga can't fuck.
So excuse the language, but he's saying for everyday man, somebody that's rich and has everything, That is a normal man's nightmare if it comes to his woman. Now, that's not every case, but by and large, I see a lot of situations where you have Chris Brown pulling girls on stage. You got Usher pulling girls on stage, taking provocative pictures. Once I just want to get this last part out. And it's because that brother is wanted by many women because he has money. Ace, you could get Michael Ward or Mike. Oh, no sweat. What?
Salakia, sir. I was gonna say Usher just had a concert where he was feeding another man's wife cherries, like straight putting it in her mouth and caressing her face and all that. And he came on the internet. He came on the internet saying something about it.
The man did.
Her husband.
What did he say about it?
He was like, "Yo, like, what is this? What type of wife comes up here and disrespects herself, defiles her body like that?" You know what I mean? And then the woman responded. I mean, she was like on some. It's just a concert. Ooh. It was just a concert. It wasn't nothing like that. Blase. Chris Brown was taking pictures with somebody's girlfriend, I believe, and he was hugged up with her and kissing her all in the mouth.
Good night.
I mean,
you just brought a heavy point out because I really want to get, because I have conversation with brothers in the world and I be trying to tell them, like, look, stay away from that. Stay away from that. Like, don't do that. And when I was younger, I had, two influential, people in my life as a young man. Like, I was like 14. I had, one of my best friends, his father, and then my father. They both told me when I was younger, don't mess with nobody's girl. My father was like, look, I understand you like girls, you around them, this, that, and the fourth, y'all keep candid on the phone. He said, but as soon as that girl has a boyfriend, stop talking to her, leave her alone. She shouldn't really be around no male friends like that, because that brother is not gonna be too accepting of somebody else, being that friendly with his woman. And then, and I knew that went as far as like married woman, this, that, and the fourth. And I'm young hearing this from my dad. My dad probably said this when I was probably like 14. And then later on in life, one of my boys, my best friend, his father was like, yo, don't you ever in your life, he talking to me and my boy, he said, think about, because he's seen that, girls are starting to, like us, we getting popular in school, this, that, and the fourth. And he like, don't you ever think about sleeping with another man's wife. Don't do it. He said, you can end up dying behind that. And that's always stuck in my mind. And I wish a lot of brothers would hear that from a man. But right now in this day and time, we have an ego thing where that's like the best thing that you can do is either put other black people down on the internet or around other people that builds you up because of low self-esteem, or because of low self-esteem, you think the epitome of being a player or being a ladies' man is taking somebody else's woman. You feel me? And if a woman has a man, she shouldn't be anything that can be taken. That's that man's woman. But let me read something in Proverbs real quick. Let me get the KJV version. So we go on to Proverbs 6:34. All right. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 6 and verse 34. For jealousy is the rage of a man, therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance. Hold on, let me read up a little bit more. Give me 1 second. Let me go up to. All right, let me go up to verse 32 just to get the context. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 6, and we are going to verse 32. But whoso committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding. He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul. This is what my pops and my friend's pops was trying to tell me and my friend back in the day.
Say unto them.
Verse 33, a wound and dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away. For jealousy is the rage of a man, therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance. He will not regard any ransom, neither will he rest content, though thou givest many gifts. He's not, you can't sway him away from wanting to end your life because you trying to give him gifts. You done took something from that man that was sacred to him. And this is what we talking about. And God hates it. But let me keep playing this video, because right now he's going to talk about a rapper, Future, that talks about, he said, I'm gonna just, bleep out, but he says, I'll F your B in Gucci flip-flops. Like that's the epitome. And people get that in their mind and they say, yo, if I could do that, I could be like Future. I could be cool. Excuse me. That's not something that we should perpetrate on our people. We need to be brotherly and sisterly about what we're doing and how we're conducting ourselves as a people. Something as simple as not having sex with somebody is something that can help heal and build our people up to where Christ has something great to come back to. We can get rid of our, sexual proclivities. But let me go ahead and play this. Excuse the language again. Salakia.
Yo, one of these rapper king. Future fuck your hoe. Your main hoe. You know what I mean?
It's a joke to them. But me being ISUPK, this ain't no joke to me. I know that death can come from sleeping with another man's wife because of Proverbs. I know that death can come to a man from sleeping with, or death can come to a woman for sleeping with another man's wife. I remember when I was in a criminal justice class in high school. We took a field trip. Took a field trip to the prison. And one of the biggest cock diesel guys in there had unalived his wife because she had cheated on him. That's not something that should even be an issue. That's not something that we have to do. That's not a mistake.
Right.
If temptation is knocking at your door, just don't go to the door.
Right.
Don't be alone with the woman. Don't even sit and have a drink with her.
Right.
Because you're saying one thing led to another, but deep down in your heart, you're putting yourself in that situation to fall. That's all that is. All right, let me play a little bit more of this, and I'm not going to play too much, a lot of cursing in it.
Future for Scottie Pippen. It's a good.
Talking about Scottie Pippen. Future, he said Future took Scottie Pippen's 304.
We're like for real, like real shit, bro. Like a rapper is a regular nigga. Yeah, a rapper is a regular nigga nightmare.
Yeah.
Like this nigga, street nigga. He talking that shit my whole life. His voice, he hear him on the regular. Then they got money.
You can see him in the wheel.
Like real shit, man. Like then it like I'm gonna say like for these young niggas and shit, like wow, a lot of shit so fucked up. Cause they like what they looking up to different now. They standards so far gone and out of reach.
Yeah.
Their standards are so far gone and out of reach, that's what they want to do. And they believe, like this brother saying, you have one up on a regular brother if you're rich. And if your woman is not who you think she is, she's in a situation. All right. Now, let's go to 2 Samuel chapter 12, and I believe we go on to verse 1. All right, because the Lord found out about what David did. He slept with Uriah's wife. And then I'm going to pick up, for the sake of time, he got her pregnant. He got the woman pregnant. He got another man's wife pregnant, King David. And then tried to send the man home so he could lay with his own wife to believe that that was his baby. But he didn't do it. So now he sent the man to war and the man died. All right. Let's read 2 Samuel 12 and 1. You young man. You got 2 Samuel? Go ahead and get the mic.
The book 2 Samuel 11 and 2.
Yeah.
The book of 2 Samuel, chapter 11, verse 2. And it came to pass in the evening tide that David arose from off his bed. And
No. 2 Samuel chapter 12 and verse 1, please.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Go on. And David said to Uriah,
It's kind of out
tarry
of one.
here. Huh?
It's kind of out of one.
Kind of welcome. And David said to Uriah, tarry here today also. In morrow I will let thee depart.
You at 2 Samuel chapter 12 and verse 1?
Kind of,
It should start off with, and the Lord sent
you
Nathan.
said verse 12.
No. 2 Samuel chapter 12 and verse 1.
Kind
No sweat. Just let me know when you get it.
The book of 2 Samuel, chapter 12, verse 1. And the Lord sent Nathan unto David, and came unto him, and said,
he came unto him and said unto him.
there were two men in one city.
What he's doing is he's giving him a parable. He's going to give him a parable to take him out of the situation, to show him what he was doing is wrong. And that's what we got to do sometimes with people. You got to go, how would it sound if this man did this? But what he did was he used a parable in order to do that, right? To get David to understand exactly what he had did wrong. Continue to read.
You want me to read from the top? There were two men in one city, one rich and the other poor.
Right. So what's that say? Just like that man said in that Instagram post, a rich man is out here taking a normal man's woman, and it's easy for him because he's rich. Now, this ain't every woman, but this is people with low standards and low self-esteem that it happens to, because they don't have a moral compass. They don't know about the scriptures, right?
Right.
You having a problem with that balancing?
Go
Go ahead and just turn the leg the same direction as the mic, and it'll be too.
Okay.
All right. And where you left off is it says there were two men in one city, the one rich and the other poor. So in this situation, David is the rich man. Uriah is the poor man. David has everything. In comparison, the only thing that Uriah has is a wife. David has the whole entire kingdom of Israel under his finger. Continue.
Verse 3. But the poor man had nothing, save one little ewe lamb, which he had brought and nourished up.
What verse you at?
I'm at verse 3.
No. Read verse 2.
Gotta walk on. The verse 2. You said verse 1?
Verse 2.
Con. The rich man had exceeding many flocks and herds, verse 3. But the poor man had nothing, save one little ewe lamb, which he had brought up and nourished up, and it grew together with him.
Right.
And with his children. It did eat his own meat and drink of his own cup.
Right.
And lay in his bosom, and was unto him as a daughter.
It was unto him as a daughter. What he's saying right now is this is all this man has. Imagine a brother, all he literally has is that woman that he has known as a friend, and then a rib from the time of him being a young man. Like, let's say you meet a girl and you 16, you fall in love with her. That's the love of your life. Back in the day, they called it a high school sweetheart. You with this woman, y'all grow together, y'all come up, y'all adults. It's 10 years later, y'all no longer 16, y'all in the age of like 26 something. And here comes Usher, disrespecting your whole entire world, when he could have any single woman in the world. Any single woman in the world. Go ahead, no sweat.
Like you, sir. They had
and I'll turn your mic up so you don't even have to. Oh, no sweat.
They had a guy. Everybody knew Trey Songz,
right?
And he was Mr. Steal Your Girl.
I'm going into that, but go ahead.
Salakia, yeah, he was Mr. Steal Your Girl. He
going into the Floyd Mayweather thing.
I was going to, but I'm gonna let you have it.
Yeah, let me get that.
I'm gonna let you have
that, because you're right, and that's a terrible name to have. You shouldn't be stealing nobody's girl. You shouldn't be doing that. That's what we on today, because I am being bombarded with just talks on the internet, social media, and abroad from selfish women and selfish men who just need to know the Lord and in our community, so-called community. They don't know it. Verse 4.
And there came a traveler unto the rich man, And he spared to take of his own flock and his own herd, to dress for the wayfaring man that was come up unto him, but took that poor man's lamb and dressed it for the man that was come to him. Verse 5. And David's anger was greatly kindled against the man.
Right. He's like, yo, what type of dude would do something like this? The man don't have nothing. It says, and there came a traveler unto the rich man, and he spared to take of his own flock and of his own herd, to dress for the wayfaring man that was come unto him, but took the poor man's lamb and dressed it for the man that was come to him. Like you have everything, and you take what little a man has. Come on now. Verse 5.
And David's anger was greatly kindled.
He's angry because he understands that that's a wrong thing to do. When he hears that parable and he's not actually in it and he steps outside of himself, he understands. If we told a brother and we broke it down in terms of today, maybe a brother would understand. Maybe if you put it in terms of there was a brother that had 20 cars, Lamborghinis, Porsches, all types of Ferraris, and he sent people to steal one man's Honda that he used to get to work. I'm just trying to use something that we would understand today. Why would you take from a man that has next to nothing, or not even a Honda, because that's still a car? You steal a man's bike, and he needs that to drive or to ride 20 miles to work. You're rich. Why take from him? You can have whatever you like. Let's read. And David's anger was kindled.
And David's anger was greatly kindled against the man. And he said unto Nathan, as the Lord liveth, the man that hath done this thing shall surely die.
It was so terrible what he heard in this parable, and he understood how wrong it was, that he said the man should die. But you want to know the reason why we as sometimes men have issues? Because we let the small head guide us into oblivion. One of the problems, even back in Genesis, was us not putting our spiritual connection with God over the flesh. I'm going to read Genesis chapter 6 and verse 2. That the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. So what this is saying here, God already had a decree for our brothers to follow, our brothers, even back in the times where it's being recorded to be written in Genesis, that the sons of God don't lay with the daughters of men. We don't lay with the heathens, but they let what's in their pants, they let their lust get the best of them. And I see that take down some of the best brothers. I see it in the world. I see it. They can't get that part right. They can't get that part right. They lay with strange women. They lay with other men's wives. And the world was flooded in Genesis because of it. And let me just give you a little precept, right? Just so you know that the sons of God, right? And matter of fact, I don't even need to go into. I don't want to go too far into it because I don't want to get off topic. Let me see. Matter of fact, let me read 1 John 2 and 16, right? This is the book of 1 John chapter 2 and verse 16. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. What brothers are doing right now is something that's is far from what God wants from us. It's far from, what's required, and it's actually of Satan. In that moment, David was completely off. But let's get back to it. You can start at verse 6. But it says, as the Lord, David said, as the Lord liveth, the man that hath done this thing shall surely die. Verse 6.
Verse 6. And he shall restore the lamb fourfold,
right,
because he did this thing, and because he had no pity. Verse 7. And Nathan said to David, Thou art the man.
Thou art the man that has done this. You are the man that has done this. Let me get y'all something real quick. Let me see if I can find it in my my notes real quick, and I'm gonna put it on the screen. Michael Ward brought up Trey Songz, and I wanted to get into it. Trey Songz, right? This is Trey Songz. Trey Songz is AKA Mr. Steal Your Girl, right? And something terrible happened with Trey Songz. All right. Trey Songz slept with another man's woman. All right. That man's name was Earl Hayes. He was an up and coming rapper, friend of Floyd Mayweather's and everything. And Trey Songz slept with his woman. And when you can literally type this in on Google, right? So when Trey Songz slept with this man's woman, it caused a division between this man and his woman. All right. And when you type it in, I typed in, did Earl Hayes, I just wanted to be sure because I hear stuff all the time. I've read it in magazines, but I wanted to see if it was real. And Earl Hayes is the man in the red hat. It says, did Earl Hayes' wife cheat with Trey Songz? Damn, you can go on the internet and it will tell you that this man's wife or woman cheated with Trey Songz. It says, yes, rapper Earl Hayes accused his wife, actress and dancer Stephanie Mosley, of having a past affair with Trey Songz. According to law enforcement and media sources, this alleged fidelity was the primary source of the couple's jealousy issues and had previously led to a separation. So it was so bad for the man because of what Trey Songz did that he had separated from his wife. All right. But when he got back with his wife, it was still there. And it was still on his heart because it destroyed this man. Trey Songz took everything that this man had. I don't know what the brother was doing behind the scenes. I'm not sure. But it says the situation culminated in a tragic murder-suicide in Los Angeles on December 8th, 2014. Floyd Mayweather was on the phone with this brother when he unalived his wife, his rib, girl, whatever you want to call it, and then himself because Trey Songz has slept with this man's wife, allegedly, right? It says the allegations, sources report that Hayes' fixation on Mosley's supposed fling with Songz deeply troubled him, leading to ongoing arguments despite the couple's reconciliation. Hayes shot and killed Mosley before taking his own life inside their Park La Brea apartment. Following the tragedy, Trey Songz did not publicly confirm the affair, but posted a public tribute to Mosley on Twitter. He puts a Twitter comment out. R.I.P. baby girl, once an angel on earth, now watching over us from heaven. You'll be missed, but never forgotten, love. Trey Songz shouldn't have said a damn thing. He shouldn't have said a damn thing. If he really slept with that man's wife, he part of the reason why she's unalived and Earl Hayes is unalived. He should have shut the hell up about it. But there is a thing that's going on in the earth where people just don't have a moral compass. And sisters should be strong enough to not sleep with another man. Let me show you something disgusting real quick. What time is it? Yeah, I'm gonna show this now and then we're gonna keep reading, right? Because Uriah's wife should have never slept with King David. Right. Earl Hayes, the brother that unalived himself, should have never slept with Trey Songz, aka Mr. Steal Your Girl. That's a disgusting name. Right. And it caused death. Don't be like this, sisters. Don't be like this right here. Don't be like this.
So you're
Absolutely.
a cheater.
I am a cheater.
Because people act like they fucking never did nothing in their life.
Oh no, I'm gonna tell the truth. I cheat.
You do cheat.
Yeah.
Why do you cheat?
You better get married.
Because to me,
somebody like, nigga, I love her.
Ask me again.
what are the circumstances that make you feel like I'm about to cheat?
When I feel like he gets bored.
When you feel like you're bored or you feel like he's bored?
I'm bored. No,
Yeah.
I'm human. Like if I'm not happy, I know somebody gonna say, well, if you're not happy, why you stay? bitch.
Complicated.
Sometimes
Yeah.
it's complicated.
It's complicated.
Sometimes I need a nigga to keep paying my bill.
It's not complicated. You're a whore and a prostitute. That's what it is. You're a whore and a prostitute. And this is a far off examples, because some sisters get caught up and they might have remorse. It's too late. I wouldn't take you back. This is just shameless.
Complicated. It's complicated.
Like, come on now. Come on now. Ecclesiasticus chapter 26 and verse 25. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog. What's a female dog? No, thank you, young man. I'll take it from here. A female dog is a bitch. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog. Right. But she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord. If you're shamefaced, you ain't gonna sleep with another man and you got a man. You're not going to end up in that situation with Earl Hayes and his wife. You're not going to be like this sister that was on the screen talking outlandish. This is disgusting. That's disgusting. That is absolutely disgusting. All right. Let me get back to the verses, Ace. We on verse 7. Reread from the top if you could, Baba Kashaw.
The book of 2 Samuel, verse 12. Slakia, chapter 12, verse 7. And Nathan said to David, Thou art the man. Thus saith the Lord, God of Israel. I anointed thee king over Israel. Right. And I delivered thee out of the hand of Saul.
Right. He saved his life. The Lord did these things for David, and David forgot. David forgot the Lord in that instance. He did not do what he was supposed to. The Lord loves David, but David really messed up. Brothers, if you out there doing the unspeakable and you're a horrible human being like Trey Songz, you can stop and you can come back to the Lord. Keep reading.
Verse 8. And I gave thee thy master's house.
Right. He gave him the house of his master, which was Saul, because Saul lost his way with the Lord. Keep reading.
And Slakia. And gave thee the house of Slakia.
And I gave thee thy master's house. Read.
And thy master's wife into thy bosom.
No. Reread that.
And thy master's wives.
Wives and thy master's wife. You got multiple wives that the Lord sanctioned. Just a side note, sake of scripture breakdown. A man can have more than one wife. God gave King David Saul's wives after Saul was gone and dead. But verse 8 again, and I gave thee thy master's house and thy master's wives into thy bosom, and gave thee the house of Israel and Judah. Man, you got the whole kingdom. You got women. You got all that. The people are getting in an uproar when you dance. David was in Philly they say the ball. David was the ball. David was him. He had everything he wanted. He's the equivalent of being rich, being famous, being powerful, and being respected. I don't know too many people who have all of that, even now in times, to be respected. David was him. He had everything. Uriah had nothing except for that woman. Now Uriah is dead and his wife is pregnant with another man's seed. That's terrible. Don't be that brother. Don't be that brother. You not an amazing ladies man because you can sleep with somebody else's wife. You know what you are? You're a man that found a weak whore. That's what you found. You found a sister like this. Let me play that one more time. You like, this is not a good thing. You just found a dog.
Oh no, I'm gonna tell the truth. I cheat.
You do cheat.
Yeah.
Why do you cheat?
You about to get married.
Because to me,
somebody like, nigga, I love her.
Ask me again.
Why?
And the brother, he not even hearing her all the way. And then once he starts understanding exactly what she's saying, and he's like, oh, she using a man for money, this, that, and the fourth. This is not a good thing. Don't be the dude who ends up sleeping with something like this. A lot of y'all do that and end up getting her pregnant, and then she cheat on you later because you done been with her so long, you start to fall for her.
What are the circumstances that make you feel like I'm about to cheat?
When I feel like he gets bored.
What a shameless dog.
When you feel like you're bored or you feel like he's bored?
I'm bored. No,
Yeah.
I'm human. Like if I'm not happy, I know somebody gonna say, well, if you're not happy, why you stay? Bitch.
It's complicated.
Sometimes.
Then the sister is validating what she's saying. She's reaffirming what the 304 is saying, instead of really getting into it and going, hey sis, that's crazy, that's wrong. Don't be like that. That's low down and disgusting. All right, let's keep reading, Ace.
Colonel Wonkan. Slacky, do you want me to start from the top?
No, I'll read it down and then you'll start at verse 9.
Colonel Wonkan.
All right. And I gave thee thy master's house and thy master's wives into thy bosom, and gave thee the house of Israel and Judah. And if that had been too little, I would moreover have given unto thee such and such things. He gave David so much and would have gave him more if that was a small thing. There's some men in this world that are not even going to know, this is Swab, that are not even going to know what the touch of a real woman is. They'll never know it.
Right.
But then you got brothers who can walk with a security and go, you, come on. And she going to be in that green room, or she's going to be in that hotel, or she's going to be where that brother changes before his concerts and in between. So when that brother that may have never known the touch of a woman, because he's like, we in a society to where now, like, people just sit behind a computer. They're consumed with pornography, social media, and video games. Then you got brothers that touch grass and they get active and they have all the money and resources and the looks that the Lord allowed them to have. And then you take from a brother who has nothing. Yo, sis, you got a man? It's that simple. Yeah, I got a man. No sweat. All right, sis, Lord be with you. Chick flirting with you. Ask her, yo, sis, you got a man? I don't get down like that. I wouldn't want a brother doing that to me. Don't be like the rest of the brothers who are destined to feel the pain that the Lord brings. Because the Lord, you want to treat brothers evil, the Lord's going to show you what evil really is. All right. Verse 9, young man, please.
Welcome. Verse 9. Wherefore hast thou despised the commandment of the Lord to do an evil in his sight?
Wow.
Thou hast killed
Uriah the Hittite with the sword. You sent him to his death because you made a mistake. David made a mistake that was just unspeakable. And you know what? You know what happens? Sisters like the one that I showed, they'll get pregnant with another man's baby. Have that man raise that child without that man knowing. That ain't right.
Right.
Or end up the man paying child support for 13 years. And then he finds out through a paternity test later and it breaks his soul. Go ahead, no sweat.
Salakia, I know a real live situation where a man was taking care of 2 children that wasn't his for 12 years.
He ain't even know it.
He ain't know until he went to the school to transfer the young man from one school to another, and the mother called the school up and stopped the father from getting the birth certificate because she didn't want the father to see that his name wasn't on the birth certificate. Yo, his name wasn't his name for 12 years. For 12 years, he thought his name was Michael Johnson. And when he seen the birth certificate, he found out that his name was Darnell Thomas.
What a shameless dog. So she going around calling that baby something different for the sake of a lie.
Michael Jr. He was Michael Jr.
Oh,
because the man's name was Michael, and the young boy name he got the man's name that wasn't even his dad.
What the brother do when he found out?
That broke him. It broke him. It sent him to, like, just from where I was standing as a kid, because I was a kid just trying to process this. Right. I didn't really understand. I know he shifted. I could tell his attitude, his whole demeanor changed.
Damn.
On how he was dealing with the situation. Even after he found out, he continued to provide for the young man and things like that. But I seen how hard it was for him to swallow that pill.
Listen. That you know what, I ain't even gonna get into it. That's a tough story right there. Salakia. All right, we dropping down to let me see. Verse go ahead, verse 10, Ace.
Connor, welcome. Verse 10.
Hold on, Salakia. I'll read the rest where you stop. Thou hast killed Uriah the Hittite with the sword, and hast taken his wife to be thy wife, and hast slain him with the sword of the children of Ammon. You sent this brother to die so your folly didn't get discovered. You did the sneaky link, and the Lord hated it. Verse 10. Now therefore the sword shall never depart from thine house. The Lord passed a judgment unto David. Because when the Lord can have a little bit of grace and mercy, but you still got to pay the piper. Like, there's some things in your life that's going to be effed up. It's going to be effed up. I don't know what the Lord has in store for sisters that do the things that you just said. But for some sisters, it's death. Some sisters, they die at the hands of that very man that they stepped out on. And I ain't saying kill the broad. You just leave the situation. But it's enough to make a man of less discipline do exactly just that. All right. Where we at? Verse 10. This is the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 12 and verse 10. Now for the sword shall never depart from thine house, because thou hast despised me, and that has taken the wife of Uriah the Hittite to be thy wife. You wifed it up after you after you sent the man to his death. And the Lord got his favorite amongst the people on earth as far as nations are concerned, and he has inside the nation of Israel, people that he has favorites on. And there's a judgment that came down to one of his favorites, David. Let's get verse 11, Ace.
Turn on one gun. Verse 11. Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up evil I will raise up evil against thee.
Now hold that. I'm gonna have you read 11 one more time. Just give me a second. I want to say something. All right. We need to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans got to change our music. Like stuff like this from Trey Songz, Mr. Steal Your Girl, TLC, So I Creep. Like we have what else? John Legend, She Don't Have to Know. I don't know if y'all familiar with that song, but it was catchy when I was coming up. And I'm gonna read the lyrics real quick. It says, and John Legend, just for context, is talking about stepping out with a woman that has a man, and he's sneaking away. He's not letting his woman know that he's stepping with his sister, and the sister is not letting her man know. It says, I know you got a little secret of your own. Yes, you do. You know what's wrong. Sneaking out with me while your man's at home. Good night. Hold on one second. All right. I just want to get the what's the name on there. The back page, because I think that's a good picture. All right. Yes, you do. You know what's wrong. Sneaking out with me while your man's at home. You know you're wrong, but it's so strong. still carry on. Good. That ain't no good lyrics to be saying. Like we got to stop this nonsense. Let's read verse 11 one more time from the top.
Verse 11. Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up evil against thee out of thine own house.
What does that mean, Ace?
That means he's gonna like take the God's gonna take the evil out of David's house, correct?
No.
What does it mean?
This says, I will raise up evil against thee out of thine own house. Go ahead.
He's gonna put evil in his house. Opposite.
Okay, now what does evil mean?
Sin.
He's gonna put sin in David's house?
Not sin, but like bad things?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's going to punish him. The evil that comes with doing evil is the punishment from God. When God says you're going to feel evil, it's a punishment that's coming. Let me get a precept. All right. This is Isaiah chapter 45 and verse 7. I form the light, and this is the Lord talking, and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. The Lord puts peace on earth. He puts war on earth. He puts happiness in your life. He puts sadness in your life. And he can create an evil like you've never seen, something that would blow your mind. You'll be like, what punishment is this? All right. This is the book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? When the trumpet is blown in the city, that means war is coming. That means there is a danger on the horizon. Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord have not done it? Not Satan. Satan didn't put evil in anyone's life. The Lord is the one that carries out the punishment. The Lord has the say so of who feels punishments and evil and who doesn't. Satan isn't some rogue angel that gets to do what he wants. He's subservient to the Lord. You don't want the Lord putting evil in your life because you slept with somebody else's woman. You don't want the Lord putting evil in your life because you stepped out on your husband and got pregnant with somebody's baby. Now you got ovarian cancer. Now your husband is strangling you to death in your house and nobody's coming to help you. Sisters, brothers, protect yourself with the spirit of the Lord. Please. We got to do better as a people. Mr. Steal Your Girl should be packed up. He was the cause of a man losing his life and had the nerves to send out a dumb tweet. What type, man? Listen, that is crazy. That is pure craziness. All right, let me see. Let me get let me see. All right, we're gonna go ahead and finish verse 11. Let me see. We were going down. Let's read a little bit more before we wrap it up.
From the top.
Let me see. Verse 11, one more time.
From the top. Right?
Yes.
Verse 11. Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up evil against thee out of thine own house.
Right.
And I will take thy wives before thine eyes and give them unto thy neighbor. And he shall lie with thy wives in the sight of this son.
The Lord said he gonna have David's wives sleeping with other men in the sight of what? Read.
Slakia. In the sight of this son.
In the sight of the son, like broad daylight,
no,
like for everybody to see. In this son, hold on, let me see. Thus, let me see. In the sight of this son, yeah, for everybody to see. All right, read.
Verse 12. For thou didst it secretly.
Sneaky link. The Lord hates that. You trying to give it a cute name and act like it's that's my sneaky link. You dirty, disgusting animal. The Lord don't fool with that. Keep reading.
But I will do this thing before all Israel.
You try to do it and you try to have a sneaky link. Now you're going to have AIDS for everybody to know. You're going to have a herpes outbreak. Everybody's going to know that you slept with somebody else that you shouldn't have slept with. and you're going to die because of it. This is a type of evil that the Lord can bring to you. Let's keep reading.
Khan, and before the sun. Verse 13. And David said unto Nathan, I have sinned against the Lord. And
he admitted it. He said, man, I done messed up, man. What in the hell was I doing? That's what we need to do. We need to come back to the Lord, even through all our folly. Even if it's something as simple as forgetting to pay your tithes. Even if it's something as simple as, you know, disrespecting a brother verbally. Like, we can come back and do what we need to do. Now, this is extreme. You done got a man's wife pregnant and sent him to his death. But even the simple things, we should come back and we should do what we're supposed to do and admit it. We should admit that we nothing without the Lord and we sinned against him. Read.
Khan. And Nathan said unto David, the Lord hath put away thy sin. Thou shalt not die. Verse 14.
Right. Hold on. Let's read that one more time.
Verse 13. And David said unto Nathan,
and for y'all that hear that in the background, I know we said it time and time again when we up in Smyrna. That siren, that reminds you of that horn in that city when there's danger, but that's the fire department. That's what they use. But just to give you a little insight on what it would sound like in today's time. Let's go.
Verse 13. And David said unto Nathan, I have sinned against the Lord. And Nathan said unto David, the Lord also hath put away thy sin. Thou shalt not die.
Right. He could have killed David, but he had mercy on him. Even though David did something horrible, he had mercy on him. But there's punishments that's still coming. Sin happened. So evil is still coming to David's house. Keep reading.
Verse 14. Howbeit, because by this deed thou hast given great occasion to the enemies of the Lord to blaspheme. To blaspheme, the child also that is born unto thee shall surely die.
Listen, man, we the children of the Most High God. We got to stop giving our enemies room to talk trash about us. You got all these fake Israelites that are doing stuff. You pretending to be an Israelite. You supposed to be a high priest. You getting your butt plugged, and then you join back up with a gang, or another one hopping from Israelite group to Israelite group, and then becoming a Christian. So now people can literally point and go, man, look at this, and they can blaspheme the Lord. You should be in the ISUPK doing what you're supposed to be doing. Right. But you gave room and credence to something despicable and disgusting. Read.
Verse 15. And Nathan departed unto his house, and the Lord struck the child that Uriah's wife had bare unto David, and it was very sick. Verse 16. David therefore besought God for the child, and David fasted and went in.
He said, please, Lord, please hear me. Don't let the child die. Please. Read.
And lay all night upon the earth. Verse 17. And the elders of his house arose and went to him to raise him up from the earth. But he would not, neither did he eat bread with them. Verse 18. And it came to pass on the 7th day that the child died.
Right.
And the servants of David feared to tell him that the child was dead. For they had said, behold, while the child was yet alive, we spake unto him, and he would not hearken himself unto our voice.
Right. Now, hold on. We're going to end it here. But what I want to say is this. Listen to what the Lord has to say in these scriptures. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. The laws, the statutes, and commandments protect us from being subservient to the other nations, and they protect us from the wrath of God, who gives us the commandments to follow in the first place. All right. With that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and end the class there. Shalom until next time. We'll see y'all in class again. All right. And y'all stay tuned for these barbecues and these cookouts that's coming up, because they are a great thing and a great way for us to show brotherhood and sisterhood. And remember, you can't find brotherhood and sisterhood like you can in the ISUPK. With that being said, shalom.
African American Heritage Festival We're going to see what's all to this. If this really about the heritage of the African American or something else. You know what I'm saying? We're going to see what's to this. It's supposed to be about African American heritage, right? But already they creeping in everybody else and say, no room in our hearts for prejudice. So that means all are welcome here because we not prejudiced. And then look at this right here. It went from African American heritage to Race Unity Day. Something to that, man. We gonna ask some of these questions out here and how people feel about it's supposed to be about African American heritage and why we can't just make it about us. Why we always gotta group or incorporate other races.